I wanted to discuss the difference between an express versus an implied repeal of a California statute. So, what is the difference? An express repeal is relatively obvious because the legislature has definitively expressed its intent to repeal a particular statute. So, a reader may see language in a bill such as Section 1 is repealed as of January 1, 2024. This express repeal language is simple and straightforward. Now, an implied repeal is a little harder to determine. An implied repeal is generally defined as a later enacted law that cannot be reconciled with the existing or prior law, and it doesn't expressly repeal any prior law. Now, the judiciary generally disfavors a repeal by implication because they're essentially implying that the legislature intended something that was not clearly expressed by the legislature. As a result, in most instances, the courts generally only find an implied repeal when there's some sort of irreconcilable difference or conflict between two related statutes, and the judiciary cannot give both of these statutes their full force and effect. So, under the guidelines for statutory interpretation that's generally followed by the courts, the legislature is presumed to intend to achieve a consistent body of law and to have passed a law or multiple laws with deliberation and knowledge of any other existing laws on the same or similar topic. So, due to this statutory interpretation principle, the courts usually only find a repeal by implication in very limited circumstances. So, if the legislature intends for there to be a repeal of an existing statute, it should do so expressly rather than leave it ambiguous and ultimately up to a court to make a finding by implication.